Good morning. It's 5:30 a.m. and I have brought myself to a beach in Cornwall, one I've never been to before, but scrolling on Google Earth I scrolled a little bit too far and came across this place, which, as you can see behind me, looks absolutely amazing. So there's a big long beach here covered in rocks like this. So today I'm going to wander around and try and find some subjects to do some long exposures, and that's what today's video is going to consist of. Some long exposure, maybe minimal fine art images. We'll have to go and explore and see what we can find. So when I get down there and I find something, I'll get you back and talk you through what I'm doing. Down on the beach now, and the first shot of the day I've found is this giant rock here on the beach. So I've not made it out to the water yet, but I just couldn't resist this. I'll spin you around and show you what I'm looking at. So there's this nice big rock here with a lovely form to it, with a gap down the side, the ocean and these rocks in the background, and then this side, the ocean and these rocks in the background. And at the moment, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a pink band in the sky behind. So what I'm doing here, if I can show you this, I've got it in landscape at the moment, at 16mm wide, with the corner of this rock coming down into this bottom corner here. Oh, what have I done? There you go. And I think it's quite a nice shot. So just to get one in the bag, this is it. And I'm just going to move over to these rocks quickly and get that pink sky in the background. At 16mm, this little area here, you've got these rocks that shoot out in this direction to this one, and then these ones here that go in this direction. So on really wide angle, it's quite it looks like it's stretched by the wide angle lens, when it's actually just the angles of the rocks, if that makes sense. Because of the shapes of these rocks here, it's sort of gives it that wide angle feel to this scene here. While I've got water here, let me just... Right, this composition here I'm quite happy with. I've got these lines here and these little channels that are filling up with water leading out to this little pointy rock here, and then these ones behind on an angle like this. If I just turn the camera on, you can see that. That's how I've got it lined up. So it kind of, you've got all this interest in the foreground that swoops round, and this rock in the back with this point in the middle. F8 ISO 64, half a second. So not too long an exposure, but long enough anyway. Just going to capture this while the water's in. So every time the water comes far enough up this channel, that's when I want to focus on this point here and either get the water receding back out or it coming in. Yeah, this could be another opportunity here. Yep. Not quick enough. So I'm just going to stand here for a moment and keep going until I get the right amount of water in the bottom of the image, and we'll see what it looks like. Hopefully it's a nice image in portrait, and if so, here it is. So I like this composition here. I've only got one filter for my 77mm thread 16mm wide angle lens. So what I've done is I've popped on the 24 to 200 that I've got a couple of ND filters for, and I've put a 6 stop ND filter on, which is giving me 15 seconds at f8, so I can really smooth out all of that water. Let's take another shot here. I quite like the completely smoothed out long exposure look, and I also like the slightly faster long exposure where you get the texture of the water as it moves away and stuff. So I'm trying a couple of different images, same composition, but one should have the textured water as it runs out of the gully here in the foreground, and the other should be completely smoothed out, more of a fine art composition. It's not quite as wide at 24mm, but I think it's still quite nice. I might raise the camera up a little bit and point it down, and that might give me a little bit better aspect of this scene here, which I can't fit in on this pocket camera. So fingers crossed it's a nice image. If so, here it is. Final image from this spot here is this composition. You've got this little point in the foreground, this rock here, and the ocean, and a really nice sky up to about there. That was a 6 seconds at f8, and it's a nice image, I think. Here it is. And now I'm going to move on from this spot here and go and see what else I can find on the rocks over this side. And then there's huge beach in both directions for me to go and explore. So when I find something, I'll show you what we've got. I found some really sharp, jaggedy rocks. I'm just trying to line up a composition here. I'll see if I can zoom in. Don't know if you can see those rocks very well, but they're so sharp and pointy that hopefully I can make an image where you can get a feel of what that actually looks like. We'll see. Hopefully. If I do, here's the image. I hope this camera's picking this up. Look at the fog that's rolled in on this beach. Amazing. What a treat. The sun is just coming up over the top of the hill behind me and starting to hit these Game of Thrones looking rocks here. So I'm just doing a 30-second exposure. I'll probably knock that down a bit now. The sun really is out. Let's go 15 seconds. 15-second exposure at 70 mil, just under 70 mil, zoomed in on those rocks there. I'm not sure if you can see that. No, it's too dark. But I think it might make a nice image, so if it does, here it is. what I've done here is move from just to the left of me a couple of meters over to here and zoomed out to 35 mil. So I just include these rocks in the foreground, and it's roughly something like that. 15-second exposure at f8. Quite a nice image, I think. The sun is just catching those rocks. I think that's quite a nice composition, and here's the image. Okay, last shot from here, and then I really do need to move on. I've climbed out on the end of these rocks here into the ocean, and I've got just these different rocks placed around the scene, like so. 24mm ND 1000 10 stop, and I'm at 30 seconds, and that is a nice minimal long exposure. Shall I say minimal? It's not that minimal. There's quite a few elements to it, but it's fairly minimal. I think that's a nice shot. Let me see if I can show you it here. I will post it up on the screen now. Now I've definitely got to move and go and find somewhere else to be. Absolutely stunning place, and all these flowers on the cliff. I'm going to see if I can get a shot of that lovely coastline there that includes some flowers. Won't be a long exposure, but there's fog rolling down the hills to the sea, the sunlight, it's beautiful. So I'm just going to quickly see if I can make anything out of that, and I'll show you the image, whether it's good or not anyway. I've just come up to this medieval chapel slash World War II gun battery placement right on the edge of this point, Rame's Head I think it's called. I'm just going to have a sandwich, sit here for a minute and enjoy the view, and then I'm going to head back to one of these beaches over here, which is along where I was a minute ago, but I'm going on to a different beach, and we'll see if we can find something to take a long exposure of. That's what I've come out to do today. I've taken a few images that aren't long exposure, but that was the aim of the game today. So with an ND filter, doesn't matter what time of day it is, you can still get some nice images doing some long exposures. So when I find somewhere to park and I get back down onto the beach, I'll show you what I find. Back down on the beach now, and I don't know if you can see, there's loads of rocks all along this beach, and what I've found is this little group here in front of me, behind me should I say. I've managed to isolate those a little bit as best as I can anyway. I've got the 10 stop ND filter on and I'm at 4 seconds, which gives some nice texture in the water. It's not just completely smooth, but it's smooth enough. So I'll just spin round and see if I can show you what I've got. You won't see that. So these are the rocks that I've got lined up, and I'm zoomed in to about there. Yeah, about there. And every now and then some bigger waves come in a little set, and it comes further up the beach, a bit like it is at the moment, and surrounds all of these rocks. And that's what I'm waiting for. That's when I'm taking the image, and I think it looks quite nice. Fingers crossed. I'm at ISO 64, f8, 5 seconds with a 10 stop ND filter on. There's a bigger set of waves coming in now, so I will take this shot again. See, they're going to come right the way up here, hopefully not all the way up to me. 3 second timer, go. I think it's a nice image. I think the rocks are positioned quite nicely in the frame, and I think it makes quite a nice smooth image. So here it is. Last shot of the day this is. I'm completely surrounded, and I need to get off the beach. Tide's coming in, and when it comes in on this beach it comes all the way in, so I'll make that one my last shot for today. Hopefully it's a nice minimalist long exposure. It's 4 seconds at f11, and it's roughly what you can see there. So yeah, here's the image. that's it for me today, folks. Thanks for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you like some of the images, and any bonus ones I'll pop up on the screen now, and I'll see you on the next one.